An ambassador, Sir Henry Wotton once said, is an honest gentleman sent to lie abroad for the good of his country. But what he didn't say was that ambassadors are expected to tell the truth to their governments at home, of course confidentially. So what happens when an ambassador's truthful account of his host country, sent in confidence to his own government, gets leaked to the press? The short answer: diplomatic chaos. The UK is looking for a replacement ambassador to the US after its current envoy, Darroch, resigned on Wednesday. The reason? Memos from its man in Washington criticizing Donald Trump and calling his administration dysfunctional and inept were published by a British tabloid. Trump fired back on Twitter, calling Darroch very stupid and a pompous fool. He went on to criticize Prime Minister May's handling of Brexit negotiations and unsurprisingly ended his tweet by thanking himself. Following Sunday's leaks and Monday's Twitter declaration, Darroch missed UK Trade Minister Liam Fox's Washington talks with Ivanka Trump. He was also removed from the guest list for a dinner Trump hosted for the Emir of Qatar. Finally, the Trump administration announced that it would no longer deal with Darroch. The diplomatic dispute has also figured in the debate between Boris Johnson and Jeremy Hunt, the UK's foreign minister. Hunt criticized Trump's behavior, backing Darroch's right to finish out the rest of his term as ambassador.
If I am our next Prime Minister, the ambassador in Washington stays because it's our decision.
Darroch also received the support of current Prime Minister Theresa May, who said she had full faith in him, whereas Johnson focused on maintaining and repairing relations with Trump.
I, and I alone, will decide who takes important and politically sensitive jobs, such as the UK ambassador to the US.
Support for Darroch ended up being a moot point since he resigned on Wednesday. In his letter, he wrote that the current situation is making it impossible for me to carry out my role as I would like. The Foreign Office's Simon MacDonald told the Foreign Affairs Select Committee in the House of Commons that the last time I know we had difficulty with the United States was in 1856 when the ambassador was accused of recruiting Americans to fight on the British side in the Crimean War. President Franklin Pierce was in the White House. This comes as the UK is gearing up for a new Prime Minister. Brexit hardliner Boris Johnson is predicted to win the premiership, and as the deadline to officially separate from the European Union looms, the UK's relationship with the US is one to watch. Reactions to the leak and resignation seem to be split upon Remain and Leave lines, according to the BBC. Remainers seem to be miffed that a head of a foreign government could insult the UK's ambassador and not face too severe of a backlash, while Leavers see Darroch's resignation as an opportunity to place someone in Washington more aligned with the Conservatives' Brexit strategy as the country makes the pivot from Brussels to the US and the rest of the world.